What is up, you low-life pieces of shit? This is episode 73 of the TEAMHEEL podcast, live here on Google Hangouts. We thank you all for tuning in as always. It is officially now December the 27th, 2014, officially 4 more days until the new year. And we thank you again, whether it be here live on the stream or on the playback. And I'm not alone. I'm here joined by Knowledge of Wrestling, and we brought back a friend. The one and only, the adorable one, Fabe.
Oh, I'm the adorable one. I thought it was Walter.
Oh yeah, he is too. He is too. But you know, it is what it is.
Pretty sick right now.
Pretty sick. Everybody's sick.
Fuck.
Fuck.
Strap. This bell kicked my ass.
For the record, we wish all of you. We hope you all had a very happy belated Christmas. And I hope you all got the gift that you wanted. Remember, guys, Christmas, you know, it's for the kids, in my opinion. You know, when you were a kid, you always wanted that gift, and you expected, and the day comes, and you think you're going to get that certain gift, but you end up getting bullshit. It's like, yo, what the fuck? And it's like parents, they build you up. Like, here's the build, here's the emotion, here we go. You open, it's like, it's clothes. It's fucking clothes.
Santa, I didn't want fucking socks. All right.
The story of my life. The fucking story of my fucking life. Funny. I'll tell you a story. I was 6 years old, and my uncle, my godfather, whatever you want to call him, right, and my godmother, they would always give me these ridiculous gifts. Like, they would give me one year a football or a fucking basketball, not a Spalding basketball, like those football that you get at the fucking supermarket, or the basketballs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the Kmart ones and shit. And I'm like, all right, what am I getting now? What am I getting? A baseball? Am I getting the bat and the glove? And no, what I got was a globe. A giant globe with the stand and the fucking thing that moves around and crap.
Why would you want that?
I don't know. Like, yeah, I'm 6 years old. Yeah, I want to know where the fuck is Cambodia or where the fuck is Zimbabwe. It's amazing, people. Fuck.
You can't catch a globe, Santa. You know, that's a little hard to do with the stand and everything.
Yeah, one of my uncles, though, he always gives me fucking a pack of fucking deodorant, cologne, aftershave and shit. It's the most funniest thing in the world. It's the fucking...
That's pretty good, actually.
The most ridiculous thing in the world, almost. But, you know, like this year, he gave me... Like last year, like 2 years ago, he gave me fucking Gillette, right? The year before that, he gave me Axe. Last year, he got me Old Spice. This year, I got fucking Edge shave gel. Like, holy crap, dude!
Wow. It's all about that facial, you know.
Like, I don't even grow facial hair. You can see, I don't grow facial hair. So it's like, why the fuck are you giving me this? It's beyond me. I get it. It's a thought that counts, fine. But dude,
The best is seeing them at, like, Walgreens or CVS the next day. Like, oh, you know, I got this great kit, and then it's like, oh, on sale for $2.99. Oh, okay, thanks, awesome.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, all right. Yeah, oh yeah. And I gotta put this fake smile and shit in my mind. I'm like, you fucking asshole.
Yeah. Yay, thank you so much. In your mind, like, I'm gonna fucking kill him for getting me this stupid shit again.
I'm like, on mine, I'm like, you know what? Just simple change or check would help. Like, one of my uncles is smart though. One of my uncles just gives me cash or a check. Here you go, kid.
Yeah,
Like,
it's all about the cash.
Fuck yeah, chucks.
That's not bad, except on Christmas.
But yeah, as you guys can see right now, I have a pro mic and the pop filter came in. It's funny because when I did the order on fucking Best Buy, right, the lady said it was supposed to arrive at your house in January. I was expecting that too. All right, January, fine, awesome. And instead, it arrived. It arrived before literally the day of Christmas, or Christmas Eve. It turns out that the post office was working on Christmas Eve. So it arrived and all of that. So here it is.
Funny story, actually. That was the same thing with mine. I ordered a podcast kit with the mixer and the headphone and everything. And it said, oh, your package shall be delivered between December 19th and January 7th. I'm like, well, fuck me. All right, that's awesome. And then it came on the 23rd, just like out of the blue. I'm like,
yay, woohoo!
bitchin'.
Boobs. So do you have your mic yet? The mic, or
What's that?
do you have the mic with you, or?
Yeah, I'm using it right now.
Oh, awesome.
Mic,
Awesome.
mixer right here.
I could use a. How much? How much was the mixer?
Well, the team with the mix, and
I could use a mixer. I'm not gonna lie. I could use one.
all this was $100.
I could use a mixer. I'll be honest. I could use one.
Not bad. I mean, first time using it, and it's not bad. It's got like pretty much master controls. Very simple. It's not like anything major. I did order a pop filter, and the cool thing I like about this one is that it's portable, so I can put a 9-volt battery in there and take it with me wherever I want to go. And it also has room for a second headset and a second mic. So if I want to have a guest with me live, I could do that too and take it anywhere. Because I'm hoping to visit some indie shows down the road, and maybe bring this thing with me.
That's awesome, bro. That's what it's all about. And again, I'm happy. It's funny because I think the podcast wave is finally happening, if you will. Like you hear this all the time with YouTubers now decide to go to the podcast world, and it's like I'm thinking the same thing as well, making that transition from wrestling talk on YouTube on a camera or fucking voiceover. Now it's my thing now, by the way. That's my gimmick, if you will, to just podcasting. Because I repeat the same shit anyway, you know what I mean?
I will admit, hearing some of your voiceovers kind of planted the seed in my head. I was kind of thinking of going back to the podcast format just because the videos were kind of a little bit of a bitch to do between the editing and the rendering and taking the time, and like it was kind of a hassle. And I could see how quickly you threw the audio ones up there with like the nice quality and everything. I'm like, maybe it's not a bad idea to kind of go full swing into that one. Not saying we give up YouTube together, but
yeah, I think also the fact that when you do a voiceover video, it's so easy to edit. Like, it's easy to edit, It's easy to edit and it renders fast. Like, and all the fact that I do short videos, I don't like making this fucking 45-minute or 30-minute review of a Raw on a camera. Hey guys, my thoughts on a 3-hour show of Raw that's been fucking boring as fuck. You know what I mean?
Fuck that.
But yeah, guys. 2015 is almost here, and one of the things that I was talking to people is the fact that the TEAMHEEL podcast will be making some moves, some changes, if you will. One of those changes is we'll be having also a new home on a new website called ShoutEngine.com. The link to the site, where our channel, if you will, is down below in the description. Somewhere in 2015, what we're going to do, we'll still do the live streams. We'll still do them. But what's going to happen is we're going to, just put the MP3 version on the site. That's the plan. Now, guys, if you excuse me, I have a phone call to take right now. I'll be back shortly. Guys, just carry away as if I were still here, all right?
All right, man. So, yeah, yes, you can see he has that awesome pro mic, and I'm expecting to get that shit soon, maybe. Okay, it's a good range, I think, around $50 to $100, hopefully, but.
surprisingly, podcasting equipment is not as expensive as I thought it would be. Really, seriously.
Yeah, especially since the sales are coming in again. The after Christmas sales.
Kidding. Oh, all this money right into this equipment right over here.
Yeah, I mean,
I got
this website's talking. Oh, I was gonna talk about that website we were talking about.
Yeah, ShoutEngine, and one of the things also about it is that it's free. Well, the bandwidth is free. The bandwidth is free. It's unlimited bandwidth, but it gives you like 10 gigs. I find kind of funny. Like, yeah, it's unlimited bandwidth, but you still get 10 gigs.
Especially if you, excuse me. Especially if you rig signal the feed. So
can you speak, Connor? Can you speak a little loud, bro? Okay, I feel like you're speaking a little low to your mic.
There you go. How about that? I put the volume too low.
Yeah, yo, you check this out right now, motherfucker.
Hear me now?
I can hear you now, bro. I can hear you now, bro.
Still playing with the mixer. We got to think how much is an audio file. An audio file can't be that big, So 10 gigs could probably get you pretty damn far. Are you gonna upload any of the previous episodes, or are you just gonna start from 2015 on?
What happened?
I said, are you gonna put any of the past episodes on, or are you just gonna go from 2015 on?
I think from 2015 and on. Okay, I feel like right now to do all those is just a hassle and struggle right now.
How many podcasts have you done?
Fuck. Well, since 2012, since 2012,
yeah,
till today, I think over 100. But I think I start taking these serious, like now, ever since 2015, I start taking them serious.
Yeah.
I think.
There you go.
But
Sponsors be lining up the door.
What happened?
Sponsors be lining up the door.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. I agree with that 100%. I agree with that, But, you sometimes you get what you get with, with these sites. You get what you get,
Yeah, no kidding.
Try and get the comment threads, the comment to appear on the Hangout.
Have a little technical difficulties.
No, it's all good. It's all good. You can still hear me, right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Clear.
That's sexy. Awesome, bro. That's sexy. Awesome. I like that. No homo. Fuck me right now. No homo.
That's kind of hard.
That's the plan. That's the plan, though. That is the plan to do once 2015 happens, if you will. That is the plan.
I'm pretty much on a similar plan, so.
And the funny thing about it, we talked about this as well. You'll be joining us as well, and also most likely chase Oliver 68 and also American Alucard. Like we're gonna rotate the people. I don't want it to be like this giant clusterfuck of people. You know what I mean? Also,
It's happened before.
yeah, it happened before.
What was that hangout we were on? There was like 17 people.
I think that was with the OTRS. I think it was.
Yeah. No, it was.
I got love for those guys. I got love for them. It's like, yo, that was just crazy though. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit,
dude, it was hilarious because we're all polite people. So we like as soon as someone shuts up, 30 people would jump on to try and say something. No, and then like you spend like fucking 5 minutes trying to like, be no, you first. No, you first. No, fucking you go first. Fuck you. I'm being polite.
Oh, fuck you being polite. Hell yeah, you are being polite right now. It'd be a shame. It would be a shame if you weren't polite right now. That would be a total shame right now, wouldn't it? That would be a sad twist of fate if you weren't polite right now.
Yeah.
But you know what? You get what you get, though. You get what you get sometimes. And let me see here something real quick. That's the plan, though, for 2015. That's what's happening. I hate repeating myself. I really do. New Year's resolution, guys, for 2015 for Heel Steven. I'm going to try not to repeat myself anymore. I'm going to try to be more professional with this. You know what I'm saying? Also, the podcast coming up as well. We will still do talk. Also, events like news and shit like that. Like politics, for example, industrial global warming. I guess if you will. I guess some movie reviews. I guess if you want to, why not? Right? We haven't done that before. For example, the interview that I saw, I know you guys didn't see it, so I guess I won't, fucking, review it, I guess, because you guys were...
Was it as funny as it looked?
Let's put it this way. It had some implements of Pineapple Express. That's all I'm going to say right now.
Okay. That's what I figured.
That's all I'm going to say. That's that. You got a comment from Andre Corbeil. Hey, Walter, fix your fucking Twitter. I am Walter. Too many others exact same name. Oh, I was shocked at how many I am Walters are there.
I am Walters.
I guess he has a point. He has a point there, though. I mean, David thought of just being at non-legit wrestling. I just thought of that. Like,
no, that doesn't even fit.
That is true.
Too many characters.
Too many characters. Fuck yeah, I remember Kevin Steen was saying that before. I think one of the shoot interviews. When he started Twitter, remember Cabana told him, "Hey, you gotta make a Twitter account and all that." And he said at first he wanted to put Steen Eats Children as his Twitter account, but apparently it didn't fit. Yeah, it didn't fit in shit. But that's that though. But anywho, guys, you know what? Enough about all that. All that jazz and whatnot. Let's get on to this humble little podcast. All right, we have a lot to cover this week. Being it's the final show of the year and all of that, and again, I'm just excited. 2015 is almost here, the new year and all that. If you're gonna watch
anything fun for New Year's?
I'm just gonna. For me, New Year's like any other day. To be honest, I might go out. I might. I'm not really sure yet. Again, it's always this way, right? New Year's, right? It's always the same shit. Yeah. Right, you go to work. You go to work in the morning. You got to get back home. You get all dressed. You put nice clothes on, whatever that you only wear once in a blue moon. You go to some shitty nightclub or some shitty after party, whatever the fuck it is, some shitty lounge, right? And you hear the same shitty music, the same shitty DJs. You got women going with their boyfriends, or boyfriend bringing their girlfriends around. You have all these fucking horn dogs trying to pipe on these fucking, fucking floozies and shit. And boyfriends get jealous, they get drunk, and shit just gets crazy. And I've seen this numerous times myself. I've experienced this myself as well. Hence why I rarely go to parties, and if I do, I know what I should do, what I shouldn't do.
I smell an idea for a drunk Team Heel podcast to bring in the new year.
Oh, fuck yeah, let's bring that in the new year with a drunk Team Heel podcast. It could work. It could be. Just the hangover edition. Just fucking...
Welcome to Jesus. Put your microphone down. God, shut up.
Exactly. Oh yeah, so yeah, guys. WWE 2014. The good, the bad, and just
there's
wow.
Good on it in 2014.
I mean, there has been some good. Let's be honest here. There's been a lot of bad. Don't get me fucking wrong, but at the same time, there has been some good. There has.
I can think of one major good thing, and it's only 3 letters long.
Yes. Yes.
NXT.
NXT.
Oh, NXT.
Well, let's think about it too. Yeah. Daniel Bryan, his WrestleMania moment, after all the bullshit we had to go through and endure watching, that was fucking amazing. Him finally having his moment at WrestleMania 30, New Orleans, him finally winning the championship. It's just sad to see how it went down for him after that,
Yeah.
He defended twice, not even.
What happened?
He defended the twice, not even.
He defended it, I think, only once on the pay-per-view at Extreme Rules, which I was at, actually. Ooh. He wasn't able to defend that Payback. Remember, he was supposed to defend it against Kane.
That's right.
And a fucking Buried Alive or Infernal match never really happened.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess also, Brock Lesnar beating John Cena to an extent. When it actually happened, let's be honest, all of us marked out. All of us like, yes, it finally happened. We won a championship.
It was, but
fucking buried.
He just fucking went at him and shit. The Shield versus the Wyatts at fucking Elimination Chamber 2014. That was good as well.
Yeah.
A lot of people I've read said that was the match of the year.
We have a call right now. We have a caller calling in right now. Yeah, we have a caller right now.
Bitchin'.
Fucking bring him in. Why not, yo? Oh, hell yeah. Bring him in. Bring him on to the show.
What was it?
Let's see who it is right now. Team of Podcast, episode fucking 73, New Year's special. First caller on the air. Who can it be? Caller 1. Yes, this is episode 73 of the Team of Podcast, the New Year edition. Caller 1. Who is this?
What's going on, man? My name is Billy Ray Valentine.
Billy Ray Valentine, what is up, man? How are you today?
I'm chilling, brother. How are you guys?
Just another humble little day. It's technically now Saturday where I'm at here on the East Coast. We're just here having a blast, the end of the year, just the good, the bad of all the world of wrestling, if you will, right?
With no pants on.
With no. Shoot away, my brother.
What do you guys think of Mighty Mouse coming up to the WWE, man?
Well, it's funny because we're actually going to talk about that, but why not? We'll talk about it now. From my thoughts overall with that, it's funny because when you look at it, right, he does look like Mighty Mouse.
He really does.
He does. He looks like it.
Yep.
I'll be honest. Do I agree with their decision? No. To me, the guy should be Adrian Neville. And again, this is what happens when you have Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn coming in and just having that influence, if you will, that, repackaging. Because look at also the Ascension. If you watch the vignettes, it looks like...
You mean the Legion of Doom?
They have the Legion of Doom with Demolition, the little mix, if you will. It looks like it. And again, that's what happens, It is my world, I would wish that, guys such as, Neville and Zayn and Owens and, fucking Balor and Hideo Itami, as we all know, that's Kevin Steen, Prince Devitt, Kenta, all the other guys, Generica.
You know what I say? Like, I mean, since they're bringing up Adrian Neville as Mighty Mouse, right?
Yeah,
Why don't they just go all out in the cartoon fit, right? And they could bring up Sami Zayn and Kevin Steen as Tom and Jerry. And
that could be.
Each other all around Monday Night Raw.
That could be.
Right? And then they could put the Toro in and the Bunny in there.
Yeah.
And we can have ourselves a Looney Tunes back in the day.
Word. Back in the day segment. Just had given the VOD villains, the VOD villains little black and white thing, when they do their promos, whatever, something like that.
Can you imagine Kevin with a giant mallet chasing Volkswagen?
What happened?
They could be the black and white Mickey Mouse from back in the day.
That too, yeah, absolutely. I agree with that too. But again, I think it sucks the way they're gonna go with that if they end up doing it. But at the same time, I get what's going on here. People forget that the WWE today is a kids show. That's what it is.
The roster,
And their main attraction is the 6 to 16-year-old demographic. That is their attention, and they want to attract the children. And I guess if this happens, they might end up selling Mighty Mouse costumes, Mighty Mouse T-shirts with Neville's faces in it. Again, I don't agree.
Wouldn't it serve that purpose a little bit better to put the show on at a different time slot if it gives the children? But you have a Monday night show that goes from 9 p.m. to past 11 on most nights when my kids are asleep.
I agree with that too.
Who are they trying to please?
Exactly.
Who are they trying to get at you?
I agree.
Disagreeing with you.
That's fine. It's all good, bro. I mean, again, it's WWE for you, man. Sometimes they'll come up with something and then out of nowhere, boom, it just goes, they come up with ideas and they just change it out of nowhere,
Well, they purposely did the 3 hours to hit more demographics. So they hit the 8 to 10 for the kids, and then if you notice, things get a little more realistic after like 9:30-ish. They kind of pushed a little bit more. At least that's what the initial plan was. I don't know if that's still the same.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he hung up. It happens. But I agree with you saying, though, too. I to an extent, I do agree, too. Like, from the whole time slot Monday night, if it's a kid, I agree with that, too. If that's the case, then what? Maybe, where maybe they'll have the segment of Mighty Mouse, if you will, from that early 8 p.m. to 9.
Which would scratch my head why they moved SmackDown back to Thursday. You know what I mean?
I don't know either. I mean, again, I personally believe SmackDown will end up being on the network by the end of the year.
Which I think is smart.
They should just
I mean, let's be honest, though. I mean, what is SmackDown today? What is SmackDown?
It has no identity.
Yeah.
What is SmackDown today? SmackDown is nothing. When you think about SmackDown back in the day, back in 2003, 2004, that was the glory days. You had Paul Heyman doing the booking and doing the writing and all that.
My idol, yes.
Oh, yeah, fuck yeah. The man. He has no pants, but, it is what it is. You get what you get.
Just makes it even better.
I agree with that, too. I agree. But if they make it to Demolition, I'm fine with that as long as they're twisted.
The whole Adrian Neville Mighty Mouse gimmick, I'm not like, I mean, you kind of like shrug your shoulders because you're right. We kind of like, we know the current state of WWE. We know what they're going for. We know what their target is. My thing is, and I said this a little bit about the whole New Day gimmick, is that, you look at the New Day gimmick with Big E and Kofi as a tag team. Is it cheesy? Is it kind of, yeah. But my point is that I think together as a team, they're fucking phenomenal. Or at least so far. So at least with Adrian, is it a horrible gimmick?
We don't know.
Right.
On paper, it might. On paper, absolutely, it might look like shit. On paper.
But the point is, it's going to be on the main roster. That's all I care about.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it's what happens. Remember, on NXT, that's Triple H's baby. That's his work. You know what I'm saying? And it goes back to whenever they go to the main roster, you don't answer to Triple H. You're answering to, Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn, the people in creative who have no clue what's going on. Remember, this is Vince McMahon is a guy who's out of touch, who claims to not be out of touch, but
who's pissed a lot of people off lately.
Exactly. Indeed, yeah, that is that. But we'll wait and see what happens, But I'll say this right now: the guy's gonna be making money. I think
either way.
Yeah, if you think about it. If you think about it, though, right? If you think about it, hey, you're on the main roster. You're getting the exposure. You're getting known now. you're already known for NXT, but at the end of the day, hey, it's the main roster now, right?
Audience.
Yeah, you're gonna get more money too.
Fuck, that's all that matters. They're making money. Hey, if I have to fucking put on a fucking wig with, with some ridiculous shit, and hey, if the money that they give me is able to fucking feed my family and kids, fuck, I'll take it.
Yeah.
You know?
Touche.
I think fans sometimes forget that too. Hey, these guys, they're doing their job.
Yeah,
They got families to feed.
Look at
As
JT.
much as I'll give you a perfect example. Back in the day, back in the '80s, Adrian Adonis.
Oh,
When he was in WWE, hey, he had the gay gimmick, right? That gay flower shop gimmick.
yeah.
As cheesy as it would have been, yeah, as cheesy and crazy it was. Hey, the guy was making money, right? He was feeding his family, all of that. It's unfortunate how his life ended, but you get what you get here. But back to what we're talking about, WWE, the good, the bad. Other good thing that happened here, we had the evolution of Seth Rollins, Mr. Money in the Bank, and rumors going out that he might be cashing in the WWE Money in the Bank contract to, get a shot or become the champion here.
It's kind of funny. To me, I feel like there's been like very little rumors about when he's cashing in. You know, it's like you hear like 2 or 3 months, like, oh, he's gonna cash in now, he's gonna cash in there, he's gonna cash in there. I feel like we've barely heard anything.
Yeah, I think they're saving it till Mania, hopefully.
Yeah.
I agree too. I hear that too. I feel you on that. But yeah, to Billy Ray, we thank you for calling in, bro. Unfortunately, it cut off. I don't know what happened, but again, we apologize for technical difficulties. No one is perfect here. No one is fucking perfect. In a perfect world, everything would be perfect. I keep on saying that, but things happen, right?
Things happen.
That's around the point, folks. That's around the point.
Beat me to it. Yeah, you beat me to it. Damn it.
I hear that all the time.
Damn it.
Okay, if you want to make him into demolition, I'm fine with that as long as it twisted nonsense makes them stand differently. Thoughts on suspended Mighty Mouse gimmick of Pac? We just talked about it, If it happens, great. If it doesn't, then whatever, But then again, who's to say that they're just teasing us? Who's to say that we're just getting teased right now, right?
But we have no nothing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I don't know. Hopefully it's not Mighty Mouse. I mean,
But like I said, though, the guy does look like Mighty Mouse. He does.
As soon as you said
Adrian Neville does look like Mighty Mouse. He does.
funny as hell.
Another good thing that happened this year in WWE, we had the Shield versus Evolution.
Yeah, that match at Extreme Rules was insanity.
I was there. When it happened, I was there. Another good thing also we saw was, again, the Evolution also Dean Ambrose here. Even though he's losing every fucking pay-per-view match, but still. There's been rumors that he might end up being the top babyface.
Yeah, I was just hearing about that.
Apparently the people in the higher-ups don't see Roman Reigns as that guy. And
anymore?
I don't know. Like, I don't know where. I guess they woke up like, fuck, we can't have him be the top guy. Are you crazy right now? But I personally feel.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I personally feel Ambrose should be a heel. That's just, in my opinion, he should be the heel, not a baby face. But that's just me, of course,
Yeah, but
I can agree with that, but the thing is, I think that him and Bray are a little too similar. So if you have him, I think you have to have one or the other be on opposite ends. You can't have him be the same unless you do like a team thing or whatever.
Yeah.
But apparently, from what I heard from the dirt sheets, is that WWE is still not high on Roman Reigns' vocal skills, his mic skills. Apparently, while he was still injured, they legitimately sent him to like acting classes and help him with his articulation and his promo skills, and they're still not too happy with him. That and the fact that he had that match with Big Show, and everyone was just like,
yeah. What are we doing?
yeah.
What are we doing here? What
I
the
totally
fuck
forgot
is
about
going?
Big Show match.
So the rumor is that he might be the one to take Reigns' spot as far as dethroning the Beast.
That'd be weird though. But
Really unexpected. If WWE legitimately pulled that move off, I would be blown away.
I would be too. I would be. Absolutely. I would be also.
I'd be happy, but I'd just be
I just don't see how Lesnar loses at Mania if he retains against Cena.
I don't know.
I don't
But
think anyone can beat him.
what do you guys think about? What do you guys think also being good for WWE? What do you think also was good to an extent?
Not a lot.
Exactly.
NXT. I don't know.
NXT, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, NXT. Fuck.
NXT is a big one.
It's a huge one. It's a huge one right now. It's like I was telling Billy Ray. I just hope, hey, you know, I really would wish that these guys at NXT would stay on NXT.
Yeah, but
Once they come to the main roster, that's when the real watering down happens, you know.
yeah.
A lot of people, a lot of lower card guys want to go to NXT.
Cesaro.
Like, you hear who just went down there?
I believe it was. No, elaborate. Who did?
Axel. Curtis Axel's going
Oh
back.
yeah.
He definitely needs it. I don't know if he can ever, I don't know if he'll fix it.
With his ability, it'll be fine. I'll say it because I find it, even though it's extremely cheesy, but I find it entertaining just because it's funny how fucking over it is the Mizdow thing. I think that was hilarious. I think that's hilarious.
I agree. It's funny because people were complaining at first. Oh, this is a joke. This is crazy. How they're gonna do this to Damien Sandow, and
It was every fucking jobber gimmick he was doing for most of the year.
then out of nowhere he made a complete 180.
Yeah,
And
no,
fucking
he's a champion.
she's now hot. You know.
It's hilarious how over he is.
Exactly. Absolutely. Fuck.
That was,
Wow, so some of the comments here that I got here, but that's around the point, though, folks. That's around the point, folks.
it popped up on the thing.
I know. What I'm doing is, what I'm having the comments appear on here, so I don't have to go back and forth to the comment section just to see what the comments that are being wrote.
Gotcha.
Pretty much, yeah. Hey, I'm discovering this new concept, but hey, you get what you get here, you know.
Folks,
now
we're
let's talk about
podcasting here. We'll get the hang of it.
Well, now let's talk about the bad here. The bad. One in particular for me is the WWE Network.
I was thinking about that.
I mean, and this in the aspect of their goal is to reach a million subs by the end of this year, and from what it looks like, it's not even happening.
No.
Even though I believe if the network goes to the UK, they will not even hit 1 million either.
Probably not, because they're already pissed off.
I guarantee you by the end of next year, they will not even hit 1 million either.
Nah, I think by then they'll have to hit some.
Nah, it's not gonna happen, bro.
I think if they kept their promise to the UK, they would have hit the 1 million. I think if they kept on track with that, they would have. I honestly thought they would have surpassed 1 million. But I think that them delaying the network in the UK, they just shot themselves in the foot big time.
If they don't hit 1 million by next year, that shit's gonna get canceled, man.
And the thing is, like, the network, it's a good deal. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of it because I like the nostalgia stuff. I like the old stuff, and you get like a lot of the specials and stuff. Hell, the Paul Heyman DVD's on there now. They just put the Paul Heyman DVD, I think, a week or two ago.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a good concept. I think that they have more original programming and more things that you have to tune in to see, like the Steve Austin podcast and so on and so forth. But I think that they're just kind of. I think they're grasping at straws a lot, specifically towards the end of the year, like giving it away for the month of November after the numbers were so low. It's like, shit, okay, our numbers are low. What are we going to do? Wait, we're losing money on this, so I think we'll give it for free. Genius!
Genius.
So
yeah, some people probably forgot to cancel, so.
Yeah, absolutely. I still have it, so you know.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad product. I think that I don't think they're putting enough faith in it, or they're not putting enough content on there. Don't get me wrong. There's content.
I personally feel like the Monday Night War special has been completely, overdone already.
I thought they were
All right.
I literally right before you messaged me to hop on, I thought like they were done with it, and then I'm like, oh, there's 2 new ones. What the fuck is there left to talk about?
It's like, and listen, it's like they literally try to bury WCW in every episode how bad it was, but like, holy shit, like how many times are you gonna tell us this shit already? We know.
Pretty sure I know the Nielsen ratings for every single fucking week for the Monday Night War at this point in time.
Yeah.
from seeing some damn specials. I mean, you know, it's a cool. I think that what are they on, like 15 episodes now? Fucking finish it.
Yeah, let it be over.
15 episodes?
We know how the story ends. We know how the story fucking ends. Okay, we all know.
Yeah, we all know already. Fuck.
Spoiler alert: WWE wins.
Yeah, we did already. Fuck, years ago, and look where they're at now. It's like holy shit, you know.
You know, in
But
15 years, they're gonna beat this shit to the ground.
I agree with that too. I agree. What else happened that was bad as well? I guess the Shield breaking up, the Wyatt family breaking up.
I think more the Wyatt family breaking up. Was
You
a
think
bad
so?
move.
I mean, the Wyatts kind of just randomly broke up, and then it's like they kind of like went their way. It's just
Because they never went to their like full potential. Like first of all, Eric Harper and Eric Harper. Did I say Eric? I mean Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. They both should have been tag team champions at least one time.
Yeah, I think one run would have been good. The one thing that I think, generally speaking, except for the Intercontinental Championship, I think the lack of depth in the championships, aside from the World, aside from the Intercontinental, I think like the U.S., the Tag, and the Divas, just in general, was just a miserable shape this year.
Yeah.
Really bad. Specifically the Divas, because they brought in Paige. There was so much hype to bring in Paige to the main roster. And the first thing you do on her first fucking night is have her win the title. That's stupid. You should have drawn it out. But then again, they kind of, again, shot themselves in the foot by having AJ win and beat AJ. I just beat every diva on the roster.
That too.
Well, fuck, now what are we going to do? So I think that they and this goes back to, we were talking about this, Steven, earlier, about like bringing them up from NXT to the main roster and just kind of what they're doing with their gimmicks and characters now. I think that the championships need to have more focus, specifically the lower card ones. I mean, the tag team, I think, was probably the most interesting out of those lower three. But the U.S., they were just passing that around. For God's sakes, who had it? Like, Dean, then Sheamus, and then Rusev. That's it, folks. That's who had it this entire fucking year. Dean had it at the beginning of the year from the Shield because he defended it all of 5 times. 2 of those at house shows. And then Sheamus won it in a Battle Royal, which was completely fair. And then Rusev won because they wanted to put the belt on him as a heater.
Exactly. My thing is this though, like, when Sheamus and fucking Rusev had their match, right, at that Raw after on the network, right, whatever it was.
Yeah.
My thing was, you're gonna have 2 European guys face it because Sheamus is fucking Irish. Rusev is Bulgarian, which is now Russian sympathizer, right? That's just shtick now, right?
No, now he's from Moscow.
Yeah, Moscow now. Yeah.
They should have never said he was from Bulgaria at the beginning.
Well, because they were trying to tiptoe around the whole fucking Russian thing, and because the controversy in the news and just.
Yeah. And then but they're competing for the U.S. title. It would have been more different if Rusev beat an American for the U.S. title. Hell, Jack Swagger or Ziggler.
Yeah, but at the time,
Actually,
champ.
Going back to the best thing, I think Swagger's push was a good thing for this year. I mean, he had the thing with Rusev. He was hot.
Yeah, it helped him definitely, but now look, without Rusev, he's really nothing.
But for that moment in the summer, he was so over. I was just blown away. But I think they should make the U.S. title European again.
I think it's going to happen soon.
I'm hearing like an echo from Aaron Connor.
Yeah, I hear it too.
I don't know, but whatever. You get what you get.
I hear it from you now.
That's weird. Oh well.
That's on the point, folks.
On the point, folks. Fuck it. You get what you get from us. So yeah, that's that for WWE, I guess.
Is it? I mean, what about
anything else? Oh yeah, the most that guy.
What guy?
You know.
Oh yeah.
Wrestler turned UFC fighter.
Yeah, that was a bad
BQIW.
Yeah,
Oh, the best quitter in the world.
it fucked up everything in a way.
And we're getting a call right now. Ooh, this should be fun.
We stay getting these calls.
I know, right?
This free conference call is provided by Uber Conference. Joining conference now.
Isn't Uber the same company that like the personal taxis and shit?
I don't know. Caller number 2. Who's this? What's up?
How's it going? This is Adrian Brown from the PW.
What's up, man? How you doing, man?
I'm alright. Listen, I just want to say, do you think that 2014 had to be one of the worst years for the WWE as far as the since 2000?
Again, like we said, it had some good, but it had a lot of bad as well. You know?
I don't think you get any worse than a fucking cat hosting Raw.
That too. A cat hosted Raw. You had.
That wasn't bad.
I'm sorry.
I said a bunny also humped the guy.
Yeah, bunny humped the guy. We had fucking alligators and bulls and bunnies.
Michael. WLC.
Here's my prediction for 2015. 2015 will be the year of the PW Hustle, podcast and Nation. It'll also be the year of New Japan, and hopefully, just hopefully, it'll be the year of TNA. If Dixie Carter can get her head out of her ass, that's just my opinion.
Again, everyone.
2015 will be the year of Andre Corbin.
Me too. Hopefully us that too. But again, Andre Corbin is a good friend of ours too. So that's what's up. Yeah, man. New Japan is coming too. Also Kingdom coming up, and I can't wait for that too.
Well, God, you guys are awesome.
Thank you, appreciate it, man. So you guys, man. Before you guys go, you want to promote your stuff? Put it out there. Yes.
Hello?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Well, do you want to promote your stuff before we go? Do you want to promote your stuff, like your social media, let everybody know?
Yeah, this is Cyro Fancy on Twitter. It's at Cyro Fancy. You can listen to the PW podcast, PW.com, and shout out to my man, the Professor, and Billy Ray. And shout outs to Big Ray, and shout out to Andre Corbin.
Great people, man. They're amazing people, man. Thank you for calling in, bro. Appreciate it, man.
No problem, guys. Happy New Year.
You too, man. Happy New Year. There you guys go. PW Hustle, man. Coming in. Great people. Okay, I'm having issues with this echo. I'm trying to get this fixed right now, right? You can hear the echo, right?
Yeah, I can hear it from my end too.
It's a little bit, yeah.
I'm trying to get this fixed. Hold up.
What, he left? That's not fixing it. Maybe it's my shit. Hold up.
Okay. Fuck.
Fuck.
What the fuck is going on right now? We apologize, guys. Lags and shit, but what can you get? What can you do, man? You get what you get here.
A little bit, yeah.
What you paid for.
What happened?
You get what you pay for.
Well, you get what you get. You get what you get here, What can I do here, We can't control this shit to an extent.
But yeah, the bunny was getting pushed more than like half the roster.
Fuck yeah, he was. Let me get this fixed. Hold on, grab back.
I'll hit your mic.
We need like elevator music.
I'll get this fixed. Hold on, guys. What can you do, man? You get what you get here. Y'all can hear me, right? Y'all can hear me, right?
Nice.
Slapping. I can't hear you. Hold up. Well, you get what you get. I can do this right now. What can I do here? You know, we can't control this shit to an extent.
Yeah, it's echoing.
You can hear me though, right?
Yeah.
But it's echoing.
No, I was trying to hear it on the YouTube thing, and it's echoing.
I apologize.
God damn it.
Figures, we get brand new equipment. Podcast shit look real like real.
Can I do it? You know,
Technical difficulties. Well, while we wait, let's
stop going.
Up.
You can hear me though, right?
Dead rat. Fuck.
How about now?
Still echo.
Yeah. Fuck. Hold on.
Fuck me, right? No pun intended.
You said you hadn't buy your dinner yet.
Okay. How about
I
now?
think we're good. Yeah, good.
We're good now.
Yeah.
All right, we're good. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the technical difficulties. Like we said earlier, no one's perfect in life. We try fixing these issues and we got them fixed. So I hope. And there's someone trying to call right now. So try to get in right now. Yeah.
Sure.
You know, Walter, for a quick second, it looked like you were like snorting coke or something. You're like,
I was cleaning my nose.
I looked real quick and just like I'm like, oh yeah, let's do this.
Someone waiting to call in.
This free conference call is provided by Uber Conference. Joining conference now.
Caller 3.
Now.
Caller 3, what is up?
Happy New Year's, ladies and gentlemen. How you guys doing?
Very good. Happy New Year to you, man.
Yeah, man. Gonna have some exciting things this year on the Heel podcast.
The team.
Nice new Mike and Steven.
Andre Corbeil, is that you?
That is Andre.
Oh my god, my 15-year-old girl voice just came out of nowhere and shit.
Dude, you get up, change your panties like now.
Shot of my glass of coffee.
Holy crap, Andre. How you been, bro?
Just chilling over the holidays, man. Finally got some time off for myself.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Busy schedule.
Absolutely. For those of you who don't know, ladies and gentlemen, Andre Corbeil is...
You guys got a good show going on this week. How you doing okay, Frank?
He's doing very good. Unfortunately, the thing about it, I gotta get this sorted out where people can, the callers can, they can, so that you can hear them, which is kind of funny. Like, so right now, you're just talking to me right now. For now.
Okay, you're the only one in on this conversation, then, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Unfortunately, I'm trying to get this sorted out.
How am I giving my love though?
But yeah, he says.
I figured it was. I didn't put "Hey, I am Walter," so that's my bad.
It's all good, though. But ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know, Andre Corbeil, he is one of the co-hosts of the Can-Am Wrestling Show, along with Big Ray from OneWrestling.com. He's also the Impact Wrestling reporter at OneWrestling.com as well. So yeah, man, a lot of things are going on right now, man. Especially with TNA coming up, you know. For those of you who don't know, myself and Knowledge Wrestling will be attending one of the TNA tapings coming up in January.
Sweet. I wish I was down there to attend those tapings.
Yeah, we'll be.
Some exciting things coming in 2015 and some changes along the way. And can honestly say, Steven, that TNA, Impact Wrestling, they're looking at this as a fresh start. And
We can only.
coming weeks we're going to see more changes to the product.
We can only hope so. I mean,
The
again,
company establishes their own identity again, something that was lost.
I think
Hulk Hogan came into the company and left, right?
I agree. I think also at the same time, you know, a lot of questions will be answered. I think coming up in these tapings, and I'm looking forward to it as well. I'll be going to the one. We'll be going to the show, and again, you know, I'm looking forward to it. You know, changes will be happening, and hopefully also we get some new faces as well. Some new faces coming in as well to the product. You know.
Yeah.
But I can't.
We'll see come 2015. I think it's a fresh start. And,
It is. It is, man.
We're going to have 3 different television shows on Destination America, which is more than North America has ever had up until this point. And let's see if we can get them to put explosion on that billing as well on Destination America.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Look, listen, man. We're gonna keep moving on here, bro. So before we let you go, do you want to promote your social? But before you go, do you want to promote your social media though?
I just want to tell everybody to tune in to OneWrestling.com tomorrow as I interview GFW, Global Force Wrestling Executive Scott Demore, and we cover Wrestle Kingdom 9 tomorrow at the home of Bill After, OneWrestling.com.
That is.
If you already don't know my social media, check me out at Andre_Corbeil on Twitter, One Wrestling Video on YouTube, Andre Corbeil on YouTube, and thanks for the plug, guys. Thanks for the opportunity.
As always, guys, you know we gotta give you guys love, and hopefully 2015 we make an appearance on the TEAMHEEL podcast as a guest. You know.
In mine.
Hey, it's one of the few places I will come on and do a guest spot. So yeah, we'll definitely do that in 2015, brother.
All right, man. Thank you for calling in. We appreciate it, bro. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and all that fun stuff.
Happy New Year.
All right, man.
Happy New Year, everyone.
All right, man. Easy, man. That was Andre Corbeil from OneWrestling.com, guys. Go check him out. He's one of the co-hosts of the Can-Am Wrestling Show. They have interviewed numerous wrestlers of the industry, such guys as AJ Styles, Brian Cage, Bobby Eaton. That's to name a few right there, you know.
Gasaurus.
Hernandez, the former Brodus Clay, now known as Tyrus in TNA. Again, you know, check them out. They're just amazing people. You know, again, along with the legend himself, the OG of this internet wrestling community, Bill Apter. You know, you can't go wrong. Come on, guys. But anyway, back to what we're discussing here, though. You know, these calls, they're coming in left and right, and we love the call. We love it. You know, we're gonna ask you right now. Don't call in right away. Don't call in right away. We'll let you know when to call in. All right.
Let me just say, we love the calls. Listen,
we love it.
Second, just wait.
Wait a bit here. Nah, I'm not fucked up like that. I'm not fucked up like that though. Fuck. That's around the point though, folks. That's around the point.
That is around the point.
That's around the point.
He's not watching. We can get away with it.
He probably watches, but
he probably would.
We're
But again,
contractually obligated.
Yeah, it's in the contract, guys. It's right here in the contract.
It just says at the end, he's signing it. He's signing it. I can't believe it.
He sold his soul. How dare you? Fuck. You're such a yeah. Yeah. So we were talking about also, Kevin Nash, New Year's Eve, him and his son got arrested, which really has to suck,
Well, Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve, yeah. But even that, for most family, for my family, we celebrate Christmas on the 24th, going into midnight and all that, so that's that. But anywho, this has to really suck. Apparently, to my understanding, what happened was apparently his son had a argument with his girlfriend, whatever it was, which got him to be drunk. He got home, argued with Kevin Nash, which is his father, and they went to blows. Kevin Nash chokeslammed him, something like that, and then he got arrested for that. Because apparently he was like, I'm not going to go to jail, I'm not going to get anything checked without a warrant, and, Nash didn't want to comply. He got arrested.
I heard he tore his quad.
Well, I mean, you think about it, okay? And normally I laugh at that, but come on, there's not a laughing matter.
But in all seriousness, I feel horrible because I felt bad because he got, like you said, one of those situations where you're just doing the right thing and it just kind of got too out of hand. Because they went back and arrested the son 2 hours later. Yeah,
because apparently there's someone off on his mom. And I'm always against guys putting their hands on women. I'm always against that. And I don't think he went that far. But just imagine if he did. Holy crap, I am against female abuse like that. I'm against it.
I'm right there with you. It's funny. I've taken a lot of emotional and physical abuse from the opposite sex. I've never once laid a finger on a female, nor will I ever.
Depends on the spot, but yeah, that's that.
Listen, whips and chains don't count. You can't prove that in the court of law.
Yeah, that's true. That too. let's see here.
I feel bad for the guy.
I feel bad
In
for
all
the guy.
seriousness, he handled it very well. Despite it was a negative situation, he handled it very professionally. I think like he thanked the police department for like handling everything maturely. So it was, he made the best of a bad situation. I'm just glad I'm glad it's over, relatively over and done with. Let's put it that way.
And yeah, I agree, Sue. I agree with 100%. Apparently, he was supposed to make an appearance at the Raw coming up for Rumble. He was supposed to make an appearance for that, and apparently now WWE really went. They didn't rush. They didn't even rush with this. They just went right at it. Breaking news: he will be suspended from the Legends contract and all that. And say what you want. The guy hasn't competed. Hasn't been a full-time member since 2004.
No, he's on a Legends contract.
He's on a Legends deal.
They suspended the Legends contract. I mean, I get why WWE did it, because they were just basically trying to, let's be real here, they're trying to cover their ass. And they didn't know the whole situation. They were just kind of taking a neutral stand. So I understand. But hopefully it's either has or will be soon situated out soon. Put it that way.
Indeed.
Kevin Nash used to be in the surprise Royal Rumble spot again.
I mean, despite this hiccup, do you think he'll go in the Hall of Fame?
Probably.
I think not by himself, but then again, Scott Hall went by himself, right? At Razor Ramon. So who's to say? If it was up to me, I would let it be him going into the Hall of Fame with the NWO. All three of them, Hall, Nash, and Hogan, or if not, the Clique.
So you think Nash by himself will not get into the Hall of Fame?
Then again, never say never. It could be.
I don't think he really should, but I think WWE will let him.
I mean, do you think Razor should have by himself?
Razor did. Remember, he
did.
I know. What I'm saying is before that, did you think that would?
I think with his dilemma with the situation, no, but he got help. You think about it, we barely hear anything about Kevin Nash getting arrested. You think about it, out of all the guys in the Clique, Kevin Nash and Triple H are the two guys that got their heads straight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, we'll see what happens with this. But to my understanding, apparently Raw reunion will be like their old school Raw.
Right.
Like the go home show to Rumble, and they were supposed to have a reunion of the NWO. Because what happened, WWE went out of the way and said, "Oh, he's suspended," but who knows? Maybe he gets this whole thing settled out in a couple of weeks, and we might see him appear on that Raw, old school. But let us know your thoughts, guys, down below in the comment section for your thoughts on this. Let us know your thoughts, what happened, how you would have settled it if the roles were reversed here.
Mm-hmm.
Thrashmania commentator. I enjoyed the Monday Night War series. There were some things about it I didn't know until I watched some of the episodes. The Sting and Undertaker is the best in my opinion.
Yeah, that's I can kind of agree with that. They do drop little tiny factoids that may not be huge, but little kind of FYI things. My favorite was so far the Sting Undertaker, but that's one's tied with the Cruiserweight one.
I think mine was the first episode.
Ooh, okay.
But then again, you kind of knew about it. That you kind of knew what was happening. You knew what was going on to an extent. But the first episode in the NWO, I guess, my favorite ones, the best ones out of them all. But that's that though.
That one's always the best.
Fuck yeah! Always the first episode, always the best. I agree with that. I really do, 100% with that. We talked about Pac, Adrian Neville becoming Mighty Mouse. I said this before. If you really look at him, right, he does look like Mighty Mouse. Holy fucking shit, he does. Now, who knows? Maybe he'll come out in the whole get up with the cape. Who knows?
Dude, it's like circa Hurricane 2002.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Listen,
again, I'd hope it doesn't happen. But if it does happen, fuck, we're gonna say okay, Fabe.
I was gonna say if they make it depends on how how shitty the gimmick is. You can label something as a superhero Mighty Mouse character, but they could put a spin on it that makes it actually really cool. You don't know. We don't know yet until we see it actually unfold. Like you were saying, on paper it doesn't sound that great. In the ring, it might become something completely different. But
Exactly. Like who to say he saw his offensive maneuvers, he's still hitting the red arrow.
yeah, right there. I'm good.
Well, I think
You know?
they'll want to keep that, definitely.
They have to keep the red arrow. If they don't keep the red arrow, then they're fucked. You know what I mean?
And they screwed over Adrian Neville, or whatever he'll be, if they don't keep that fucking move. Hopefully he stays, the same, maybe a little bit of a tweak, but fuck, man, just don't make him Mighty Mouse. That's just...
Hashtag Bill Apter for Hall of Fame. They could open up a media category to nominations. Andre Corbeil, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I agree. But the other side of the coin is, if they do that, they're gonna have to also add in Meltzer. That's WWE for you. That's WWE for you. You know what I'm saying?
It's a good point. I mean, all seriousness, I do believe Apter deserves to be in there.
He deserves it. He deserves it.
110%.
He deserves that and more, in my opinion.
Just put Apter in there. Just Meltzer. Well, just
put the media category just for Bill Apter, no one else.
Exactly.
Like, yo, here's our media wing. It's just him.
Put it this way, right? Bill Apter, and I got a lot of respect for this dude. He's been covering wrestling way before all of us were even existing.
Yeah.
We were swimming in our father's nutsacks, somewhere out there. This guy was covering wrestling. I gotta respect that, Walter White by Darius Prodigy 616 chokeslam. Jermaine Blake? Do you guys do this every night? We know we do it every week, bro. Every fucking week we do this. I'm calling you bastards too sweet. I didn't get your call yet, Devil Holic, but don't call them right away though. Don't call them right away. All right.
The calls are fucking flooding in by the masses. All two of you better calm down.
Mouse was a good point. Yeah, but again, with this whole Mighty Mouse thing, who knows, right? Maybe it could be the most over thing in the world, and we don't even know it yet, right?
Yeah, it's very true.
Let's put it this way. Perfect example here. Daniel Bryan, right?
Yeah.
He came in, he was American Dragon Bryan Danielson, right? The best in the world, right?
Yep.
Chance if you're going to get your fucking head kicked in, you're going to get your fucking head. Let's be honest here, right? And he came to the WWE, put him on NXT. He was this guy, wrestling there in the mid-card area. They got big with him, and they gave him a goat face. They gave him a beard. Hey, you're a goat now. You gotta do yes, yes, yes. Who would have thought that got over? No one thought it before, but it happened, right?
It fucking happened.
By the way, did you ever see? I don't know why this just popped in my head. Did you ever see Did you ever watch the JBL and Cole show?
I have, yeah. I watched it before.
Did you see the talent search thing they did?
Yeah, and they had him rapping with Kane.
Fucking hilarious. the best. That one too, and then the one where he's trying to be a magician. So he does this stupid thing, and I don't know why this is just fucking funny. He has a glass jar, and he's trying to make a penny or something in it float, but you can see the string, and he's behind a curtain, and he tries to make it move a second time, and then William Regal comes out from the curtain saying, "The line broke, it snapped." But yeah, I mean, who'd have thought that that was 2 years ago? Who would have thought? You said, "Hey, listen, that guy's gonna main event, defeat Triple H, Batista, essentially defeat Evolution all in one night and win the world." Really?
Well, what more do you want? I mean,
Exactly, absolutely. But again,
I'm just gonna grab a quick drink, real quick, guys. I'll be right back.
There you go. Drink away, my brother. Drink away.
that jizz that day, Daniel Bryan won.
Yeah, and again, I guarantee you that the whole IWC, the dream main event of WrestleMania 30 should have been, Daniel Bryan versus, Phil Brooks. I call him Phil Brooks now because that's his name now in the UFC, Phil Brooks.
Phil CM Punk Brooks.
Exactly, Phil CM Punk Brooks. That's his new name now. He's no longer CM Punk, if you will.
Oh, fuck it. I guess because that's the UFC thing, right? Use your real name.
Yeah, but again, you kind of get what I'm saying, though, right? Like, that's their dream main event for a lot of people. Like the quote-unquote smart mark fan, Yeah,
what they did right here was better because he beat Triple H, Randy Orton, and Batista all in one night.
Indeed, he did. All in one night, he did it all. He
pinned Triple H clean, and he made Batista tap.
Indeed, he did. He did all that.
Drax the Destroyer tap out.
Exactly. But we'll see what happens with that, though. We'll see what happens with that, with the whole Adrian Neville becoming Mighty Mouse. Should be funny. And I just farted. I don't give a fuck. I just farted right now.
Why did you say? We didn't even hear it.
That's because of the amazing new pop filter that he just got.
Exactly.
Canceling out farts since 2012. The pop filter.
The pop filter. The pop Pokemon. This Pokemon has the advantage to fucking silence shit.
Dude, I'm pretty sure I just saw your blanket move, so I know you farted.
Oh, fuck you. Oh, fuck. Oh.
Dude, it's that Peruvian food, right?
Nah, it's that Italian food, bro. That Italian food. It's that risotto I be making. So yeah, I'm sure you guys heard the news apparently in the world of MMA a little bit. We're gonna jump into the little MMA world real quick. As you know, the UFC signed CM Punk, or now Phil Brooks. I'm sorry, he's no longer CM Punk. He's now
Phil C. Punk Brooks.
Yeah, now he's just Phil Brooks to me now. So now Bellator is trying to go out of their way to bring in a former pro wrestler into their promotion. They've been in talks with Alberto El Patron.
Has he signed, or is it just talks?
There's been talk. There's been confirmation. Apparently, it's a possibility. Now, here's the difference, though. I mean, Alberto Del Rio, or El Patron, whatever you want to call him, he has that MMA background. He has a amateur wrestler background.
Right.
That's his advantage. But if you are, I'm not sure how many fights he's had. I know he's had a couple of fights. Now, if you really want to go into YouTube and search his MMA fights that he's had, the only fight you'll ever see is him getting fucking dropped by Crow Cop. Pride. Him wrestling him. He fought in a mask. He fought in a fucking mask in Pride, which was the mecca of MMA.
Yeah.
And he got kicked in the fucking head by Crow Cop.
Yeah.
I believe his MMA record, I could be wrong, is 9-5. I believe.
9 wins, 5 losses. It's there. I mean, not the best record in the world, but hey.
Yeah.
Shit. Better than having the wins at all.
I think this is I don't want to say bigger deal, but I think that as far as like an acquisition, it's better because, like you said, at least Del Rio's had the MMA amateur wrestling background. I'm not saying Punk won't do good in UFC.
Apparently, Punk might not get licensed in Las Vegas, which would suck.
Oh my god.
He might not get licensed in he can still there's not in Las Vegas. If they don't give him a license to fight.
Well, that sucks.
Well, there goes that hype. But I was saying, I think Punk's signing was strategic, or his announcement was strategic. I think that either Punk, it's probably more Punk than Dana White, but I think Punk kind of strategized this perfectly. He said on Cabana's podcast that he wanted to do it sooner, but Cabana was in Japan and he was doing this and that, which to be fair, we could say that that's the case. But if you think about it, right, he went from breaking the internet in 1 week to then making a huge. His signing was everywhere. Yahoo, MSN, like NBC, Fox Sports,
ESPN.
everywhere.
He was on ESPN channel the whole day, I think, at one point.
Right. So it was a smart move of when he announced it. At the end of the pay-per-view, all these different things. I mean, it was. I think that while it may not be as big as news as Punk is, I think that just based off of pure experience in terms of looking at their ability and their experience in MMA fighting, I think El Patron is a much bigger, a better acquisition, at least right now.
He's a better fighter. I'll give him that.
Yeah, right.
But again, go back to what I was saying, though. If you were to go on the internet right now and just search him up, I guarantee you the only thing you'll find is him getting his head almost decapitated by Crow Cop.
Yeah.
And he fought under a mat. But again, I do agree that he is 9-5 according to. There is Prodigy 616. I do agree with that. Yeah, he is 9-5.
Okay, I thought I read that. I thought it was either that.
Even been talks of Bellator trying to bring in Brock Lesnar, which we will know will not happen.
Yeah, the hell out of here.
I'm sorry, Bellator. It's not happening.
Ain't nothing. That's what the hell it is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll keep doing Bellator. That's why I don't watch promotion. I'm sorry. I don't watch it.
Well, with Bellator, I mean, I think it's a good pickup for them, definitely. Alberto, Patron.
Yeah.
I still think it's gonna happen.
Probably will.
could
I
happen.
don't know.
Let's see here. What are comments we're getting here? What comments we're getting here, people?
We're getting a lot of comments.
Well, yeah, we're getting a lot of comments here.
I was gonna mention something else, but I guess we'll get into that when we get to TNA.
Yeah, we'll get to TNA. We'll get into that in a little bit. We'll give you TNA talk a little bit, guys. So, hang on tight, guys. Hang on tight. Hang on tight, people.
Tight.
Night, keep your butthole tight. So yeah, man. Let's get into it now. Let's get into TNA.
Sweet.
The good, the bad.
Okay, I just want to get this off my chest before I forget. How about that gigantic middle finger that Spike TV just gave to TNA for the last, 2 or 3 episodes?
Well, again, go back to what I'm saying. You know, Spike TV never gave a fuck about them. They never did. But then again, you can say they did as well, because think about it too, right? Spike TV, right?
Yeah.
They put them on Monday nights. Back to Thursday nights. They put up with a lot of their stuff that they did I didn't agree with over the years.
Right.
They put up with it. But even if that, like, I don't agree with the way they handled it. But then again, that's Spike for you, man. Like, yo, when you know you're out the door, fuck it, you know?
Yeah.
And they can rise. Hey, they're dead to us now, so what the fuck do we care, right?
I mean, true. It's shitty. I mean, the biggest bad thing, obviously, was the fact that it looked like TNA was going to go down the shitter. And I mean, hell, when did they announce Destination America?
Literally October-ish, I think they did.
I thought it was like early November. Well, yeah, okay.
Early November, late October, early November.
But the news broke from TMZ, a reputable wrestling source, in what, like July or August-ish, I think, like 2 months prior. So for quite a while, people, myself included, were concerned that, hey, listen, if TNA does not find another TV deal, I don't know if you said it's too, Steven. I know I did. I said they're definitely fucked if they don't.
I mean, kidding about it, what I think, they didn't get a new TV deal. Yeah, they would have been fucked. I heard a lot of people say that, but they're not fucked. They got deals in England and Italy and Europe or Africa and all that. And I was saying this respectfully as well. Those deals don't mean shit. U.S. deal, because you need you to produce your shows,
Right.
record the shows and all that. So then later on, you can distribute those shows to all these international outlets.
I'm pretty sure they said that a majority of their income came from
Spike TV.
Yeah.
And Panda, I guess, also Panda.
If you've ever been to a live TNA show, now I'm not talking like a taping, I'm talking a live TNA show. I don't know if they still do this, but they did this back when I went. They would hand out these little mini flyers to, these little, like, almost like, the ones that you see, like, people put on their windshield, their cars?
Yeah,
Literally,
absolutely.
Yeah, it was like, stuff that says like, oh, watch Impact Wrestling on Spike at this time. It was a fucking card to promote them being on Spike. It kind of little, like, makes you scratch your head almost. Why are they promoting their show on a nationwide television show when they should be doing that themselves? And I think Matt Morgan did an interview about that where he's saying like how crappy or the lack of promotion that Spike TV did for TNA. And when I went back and thought about it, it's like kind of right. I didn't really see too many commercials for TNA during the product.
We got a comment from American Alcor. Please have Bobby Lashley signed to UFC and put him in a match against Phil Brooks. Throw the weight limit out the window. Well, unfortunately, they can't throw the weight limit out. They can't, because all that goes through the athletic commission.
Yep.
MMA is a sport, people. It's not, no fucking fun and games, if you will.
Listen, it doesn't mean they can't do shit in the back alley of the parking lot.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. Rocky 5 style. Rocky Balboa versus Tommy Gunn, back alley.
Dude, Lashley break him like a snake.
Yeah, fuck yeah, he would.
Dude, he could like squeeze his head off with his fucking chest nipples.
Brock would dominate Bellator heavyweights division, then he'd be ready for his UFC return. Yeah, let's just hope he's not glass jawed again. But
God.
but
Hey,
yeah,
Brock, what do you do to Bellator? Warming up?
yeah, but back with TNA. You think about it, yeah, there has been some good, there has been also some bad as well. I'll say this: one of the good things that happened for them this year was the New York City tapings.
Yeah, I will admit those came off looking, like gold, and I think specifically because you were in the crowd, Stephen. But yeah.
Oh yeah, TNA. Yeah, man, those girls in the stand, they were giving them hand jobs, man. You know.
Dude, you look so serious though. You were like, dude, like, like you look like you having no fun. Like this is business. Like I saw you like crystal clear. It's hard to not see you on fucking hard camera, but it was just funny. Like I just see you like
with the phone, just like. Yeah, okay,
It's
yeah.
getting hot in here.
Yeah, ooh, it's getting hot in here. Yeah. Pause. Okay.
I didn't say stop.
It was getting hot though.
Nah, but there was girls. Hey, there were girls giving out free hand jobs in the stand. They were. So with that, hey, again, you know, that's why we got the section that we're sitting again. You know, just for that purpose. You know, we're gonna be sitting in the fourth row, in the same section we sat last time, but this time instead of the fifth row, we get in the fourth row. We'll be attending. Myself and Knowledge Justin will be attending the January. Find the date here. I'm sorry, guys.
7th?
January the 8th.
Ah.
We'll be on the Thursday taping, so we'll be there. If you're gonna be at the show, let us know. We can meet up. We can interact. You can tell us how much you enjoy the podcast or how bad you hate it.
Hand job techniques, you know, whatever.
Yeah, you gotta work on your mic audio a little bit. Hey, it is what it is. I'll take it, you know. But yeah, back to this whole thing though. You know, there was some good as well. Dixie going to the table, even though Bully's ass went through it more than anything. But you know,
Hey, at least she went through the table, even though unfortunately, you know, she kind of broke some of her bones.
a lot of Wolves signed with TNA. The Wolves, Bobby, you know, Davey Richards, Eddie Edwards.
Tag team series.
The tag team series was fun. That amazing. Literally, I will say this right now. That final match was literally TNA's match of the year.
Yeah.
There's no way you're gonna tell me any other match was so. There's no way. I'm sorry. That literally, in my opinion, to an extent, it put the Wolves on the map. In a way, you know, it's funny you think, yeah, it's TNA. How can that be? But hey, they did. Here are two established tag teams in Team 3D, or the Dudley Boys, however you want to call them now, and the Hardy Boys against this young, hungry team in the Wolves, that a lot of us know as the American Wolves, you know, but still, it's a fun match. Davey took a fucking back, what was that, like a fucking bump. He took a drop from the ladder. He landed on the security rail and shit that was crossed from the apron. Would look like it hurt. It was fucking. It hurt bad like shit. You know, that didn't make sense. Hurt bad like shit.
Oh, shit.
Well, it hurt like a motherfucker. Holy shit.
Depending on what you eat.
Yeah, depending on what I'm eating. It's funny because I say it all the time. It's a culinary tip. Don't call shit.
Hey, sometimes you gotta call shit.
Okay. Come on, I can't take more of this dude's Connor's lies about TNA. He doesn't even watch TNA. He only knows about the backstage politics or dirt sheets bashing TNA. I bet he can't name he can't name one TNA X Division title match that happened in 2014. Connor, take the stage.
I will say that I did not watch as much TNA as I did in previous years. I'll be the first to say that. And you're right. I don't know what goes on with TNA. I'll be completely fair about that. I do just hear whatever's going on. I tried to watch more TNA. As far as any X Division matches, I mean, which ones? Do you are talking about the actual title or qualifying? I've seen a couple of them, but I actually haven't even seen as many X Division matches this year. To be completely honest with you.
X Division's not really it's not really a good.
It wasn't nothing that really kind of there wasn't anything that like captured. Like I saw the what was it, Joe Low-Key Sonata triple threat.
There you go. That's one.
Yeah, that
I
was.
saw that one. I think I saw, what was the Bound for Glory one?
Samoa Joe.
It was Joe Loki and something. I can't remember who it was, but I remember seeing that one. Which that Bound for Glory, I'll put that on the bad list.
Oh, that's the
Again,
bad.
I mean, you think about it, people. I think Alucard, and I respect you and all. I really do. I think you're a good friend of mine, but I think you put your TNA shield way up too high, way too much. I love you and all. You're a good friend and all that, but I feel like you take a lot of. You're so sensitive when it comes to TNA. And it's funny because I bet you if I were to make an insult to WWE, you would go, ha ha, great joke, bro, great joke. Which again, I said as well, if you're a TNA fan and if you hear insults towards TNA and if it bothers you so much, then you know what? Be the bigger person about it and be the mature one in the situation.
I mean, I'll be fair. I mean, just in piggyback off that, I was, I made jokes at TNA. I'm not gonna lie. I made jokes at TNA at the beginning of the year, but do I want them to fail? Absolutely not. I want them to succeed. I want them to strive. I want them to thrive. I want them to do better. That's why I was actually, when I heard about them signing to Destination America, I was fucking stoked because now they can continue on. Now they can keep going. Now they can keep making better matches and so on and so forth. Just as far as this year around, with the exception of some of the matches that you were just mentioning now, and some of the things that were good. I'm not saying the entire year was crappy. The only thing I was saying was it was a bad situation that the whole thing with the Spike TV Teal going out the window and certain aspects of TNA that were bad. Like I didn't like the way that the Bound for Glory came off. I'm not saying the show was bad. I think we actually talked about this before, Stephen. It wasn't the show was bad. It's just the way the show was presented was bad.
Exactly. Yeah. Again, how are you gonna have your so-called biggest show of the year and not have your world champion, not have your main players on the show? And like I said before, this was Wrestle 1 business fucking TNA.
Right.
And to you again, Jimmy Suzuki, fuck you. Fuck you, Jimmy Suzuki. Go fuck yourself.
And as far as like the actual impacts that I did sit and watch, I said this once and I'll say this gladly again. From beginning to end, they had a much better, not only in-ring product, but a general, just overall better show. They balanced everything perfectly. Like I watched a good, I think, 2 or 3 solid months straight through of TNA. I've watched other episodes broken through, but I missed weeks in between. Excuse me. But from beginning to end, the impacts were 5 times more interesting than anything WWE is producing, and I still stand by that. I mean, obviously,
exactly. So do I. I even me to myself as well. Like it's hard. I barely watch Raw. Like I watch Raw, but I won't watch from beginning to end.
Right. Yeah.
For me, it's easier to sit through a 2-hour Impact than it is a 3-hour Raw.
Right. I mean,
you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And do I wish I watched more TNA this year? Absolutely, absolutely, I do. But there just were certain aspects of it that I wasn't really, didn't kind of grab my attention. But what I did, phenomenal stuff. So I have nothing against Impact or TNA. I hope it succeeds and I hope it strives.
So do I. Again, put it this way, right? If I was one of these fucked up fans that say, "Oh, go TNA, die," I wouldn't be talking about TNA on this podcast. But I do because again, I'm a wrestling fan. I'm not a one branded fan. The people that I bring on the show are, I'm very picky with the people that I bring on. I'm very picky with them. Like Connor, I can tell you for a fact, as my friend as well. Me and we go back years since the days in the UWC. But
yeah.
Even that, I know this guy isn't a one branded fan. I know he watches all wrestling. Hell, even WWE, TNA, some Ring of Honor. Hell, I'm even guaranteeing New Japan as well.
I've been trying to. I try not to limit myself to one. Keyword try. I do have other things that go on in my life, so I can't watch as much as I'd like to, but I do try to keep an open mind. I've watched much more Ring of Honor this year than I have, I think, the last 2 or 3. And New Japan, I'm just starting to. Dude, my mind's been blown from some of the new campaigns.
My mind's been blown away too. Like, but again, this is about TNA right now. Bound for Glory was a big one for me. Like, that was a big no-no. The way they did it, the way they produced it, and all that, and the fact that you had a taping done beforehand. But even though it came out good at the end, if you ask me. But that's that, of course. Some of their talent that left: Daniels and Kazarian, AJ Styles. Look where they're at now in Ring of Honor. And AJ Styles right now is double dipping. One good thing I'll say also, Bobby Roode becoming the world champion again, which should have happened. Should have happened a long time ago, in my opinion.
It's automatically good. I think Bobby Lashley's reign was pretty good too, for the most part.
I think that I liked Lashley as champion.
Yeah.
I liked it. I agree with Steven too. I think that Roode. I guess the only reason, and I'm not saying I don't want Roode to be champion. I do, and I agree with Steven that I think he should have done it sooner. I just didn't. I guess I just wasn't a fan of the way they made him champion. And I don't know if that has to do with the fact that they didn't have any pay-per-views or just the way he was.
Yeah.
I just. I'm not saying it was horrible. It just something about it just. I'll take it. I'm not saying Roode, get the strap off Roode right away. It just I wasn't a huge fan of. It's like the Eric Young thing. Like Eric Young being world champion. I know this probably piss a lot of people off, but I wasn't against Young winning the title. I was against the way he won it. Just the build and the way they do it, and the culmination leading up to it. Yeah, I'm not saying it was horrible. The same thing with Roode. It just I didn't personally like it. It wasn't my the best choice I would lead with. But no, I think Lashley's run was good. I think Roode definitely should have had the world title a lot sooner than he did. But I just didn't like the way it was just like, oh, Lashley's going through random people. Oh, Roode won. Merry Christmas.
Okay, so this is what Alka wrote in the comments, and I agree. I just like pro wrestling over sports entertainment. I agree too. I like pro wrestling. If TNA starts pulling WWE like matches, I'd hate them too. And yeah, BFG was horrible, but that doesn't discredit that the above average TNA shows that pooped on WWE except for WrestleMania 30, which doesn't make up for a year of bad Raws and pay-per-views. Just wish fans here on the YWC call things more down the middle. By the way, Loshari over Page, just saying. Again, we don't know who Loshari is, but I'm going to go with what you're saying here. But I do agree as well. In a perfect world, YWC people here would be open-minded here.
Right.
But unfortunately, we live in a society where people, will just stick to one thing. That's fine as well. Whatever floats your boat, Whatever floats your boat, whatever makes you happy.
Yeah, TNA definitely, when it came to, like, watching their shows and the in-ring wrestling was a lot better. I didn't have issues with that. Although sometimes the booking would be weird because, they tape all their fucking shows in 3 days. So, but, yeah, in reality, WWE's just put up a lot of crappy shows, and everyone's acknowledged it too. But also with TNA, people are shitting on it more because of, the TV deal more than anything else.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest negative publicity they got, and I think Bound for Glory.
And it does hurt.
Yeah, and I don't think Bound for Glory helped. And I think that another thing that, and this is just general talk. I think that TNA. I think you and me were talking about this, Steven, a while back of like why people were so quick to jump on the TNA hating bandwagon. Was that, and whether this falls on Dixie or not, at the end of the day, it's her company, so I guess it does fall on Dixie. But it seemed like it was one of those circumstances where TNA would do a mistake or something that fans did not like, and they're like, okay, we'll let it slide. And then like other little shit would be piling up, and it's like, well, and then at some point it's like, well, what the fuck is going on here? With AJ leaving, with Daniels and Kazarian leaving, than the Motor City Machine Guns. You're losing a good core chunk of your original talent. Jeff Jarrett leaving at the end of 2013, and then and then the whole Spike TV thing, and then find out Vince Russo's still working, and just all this. And I have nothing against Russo, but just all this the pile starts getting up, and I think people were so easy to jump on TNA, especially for the fact that it was different. But I think that this year was a transitional year for them. They were trying a lot of different things with a lot of new talent, a lot of new stars. So things didn't click the way they should have. And I'll be the first to admit that I said some of the same things, like, why are they doing this? This is stupid. This is dumb. I'll be the first to admit that if you go back and watch some of my videos, I definitely said some of that in the past. But looking back, they're definitely in the middle of just trying to, try new things out. So I'm hopeful that this year they've learned from the mistakes and really kick ass, because I think they're going to do well this year.
I hope so too.
I hope so too. I really do. Because again, the last thing the business needs right now is to have a company go under.
Yeah.
You can't have one company dominate the whole thing. You can't.
I'm happy about Global Force.
Yeah, I'm happy for Global. I'm happy for them. They're making moves right now.
Because in the end, the fans win.
And exactly, the fans win at the end. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
The echo's coming back, but I really don't care right now at this point.
Fuck it.
Oh, God.
But what can I say, Also, I went to TNA 2015, with these new shows coming up, which is going to give them more exposure. Hopefully, as well, Destination America gets more exposure as well.
I definitely think so.
And they're providing them with more shows.
Apparently also, also in Netflix, I heard as well. Netflix might be getting involved as well.
I heard that. If they do that, that's huge. That's
exactly. That's huge.
Good.
Again, and I've said this before, these tapings in New York coming up, which we'll be going to, will answer a lot of questions on where they stand right now as a company. Let's hope that good things happen here. I really do. I hope. And they got to bring in younger faces, younger talents. So when I hear them trying to be in talks with Alberto Del Rio or with other stars, that's not the way to go at things. Because it's pretty much you guys going back to your old ways when you were on Spike TV. There's a new network. There's a new start, a fresh, new look, if you will. And it's time to start embracing that. And I would love to see guys such as, a Kyle O'Reilly, a Bobby Fish, guys such as, Michael Bennett, Johnny Gargano, Rich Swann, A.R. Fox, Ricochet. Can you imagine if Ricochet was on the fucking X Division right now? Holy shit.
I'd love to see him and A.R. Fox together. Ugh. I mean, not as a team, just in TNA together.
Or Cedric Alexander.
What I think they need to do is Jigsaw. I'd love to see Jigsaw in TNA. I think that TNA needs to take a page out of Jarrett's book and do a talent scout. I mean, they have the British boot camp, which I think is a genius idea, but I think they need to have a talent scout, a massive nationwide talent scout to start recruiting some new talent. Because instead of taking the time and money to invest, I'm not saying don't. I'm sorry, I almost called him the old name. I'm not saying El Patron's not worth the money. I think that in agreeing with what you said, Steven, I think that the money would be better spent investing in the future.
Exactly. And again, $400,000 for me is a lot of money based on how I'm economically and all that. But at the same time, yes, you can use that money to bring in a fresh face as well.
Yeah, it's all about creating new stars.
Exactly. Because you got to ask yourself, if you're TNA, you need to ask yourself, where do you want to be in 10 to 15 years?
Right.
Where do you want to be?
Yeah, you got. I mean, I understand they're desperate for top stars, and they want people who are kind of established by now. But I think creating new stars can help them out as well. They already have established stars.
They do. They do. Or what also this year as well? The Wolves becoming singles competitors. A singles run is eventually going to happen.
They should eventually test that out, definitely.
Oh, shit, might be.
I don't know. It could work out. I can't really judge, but because in ROH it kind of did. So
It all depends on how they do it.
yeah.
Exactly. But we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. And I'll say this too: if they had new ownership, awesome as well. But we don't know. We don't know.
When the hell will they have told the ownership? Yeah, when Dixie Carter decides to give it up.
I don't know. But speaking of Dixie, Dixie Carter was interviewed actually. Let me find the article here if I can see it here. I'm sorry.
About the one we were talking about earlier.
You were talking about this earlier. She was interviewed by what's it called here? Let me see here. By The Mirror, and they published an interview with TNA President Dixie Carter, and she was asked about Vince McMahon's lack of ambition comments in the WWE locker room. You know, I guess this whole thing of no one grabbing the brass ring and all that, right? Which, by the way, the whole locker room in WWE has like a low morale right now.
Yes.
It's at an all-time low.
It's Vince's fault.
Yeah. So this is what Dixie Carter had to say in response, and I quote, "Can't even comprehend that statement. It doesn't sit with our group. My own roster is completely different than that. I don't have a complaint about anybody on my roster. The young guys are just as hungry. The young guys from 10 years ago are now the Bobby Roodes, Samoa Joes, James Storms, my main eventers, who have been brand new young talent." That was weird. Just crashed on me. What was I here? It happens? Hey, so the smartphone, they crashed, and what can you do, right?
That's around the point.
Right.
Yeah. My main eventers who were brand new young talent from 10 to 12 years ago, I'm proud of how far they have come. Dixie continued, "The young group of talent we have right now, they are the hardest working, most positive team players around." That's what she wrote.
Good answer.
I'll say, yeah, good answer. As much as I might criticize her, as much as I do all that, I agree with her to the extent, yeah. You know? At least she gives their talent a chance. She gives them an opportunity to, you know, go out there. Unlike Vince to an extent, where Vince is, again, this out-of-touch old man.
Fucking Mighty Mouse Gimmick.
Mighty Mouse, yeah, Mighty Mouse, fuck. What do you think about that? What do you think about this?
I think, yeah, there's nothing else she could have said. She said the right thing, and hopefully, you know, yeah, she does give her I'll give her that. She gives her superstars chances, you know. So
I think she definitely took something that was viewed as a negative and completely spun it around as a positive for her company, especially in the midst of the transition like they're doing now. I think she hit the nail on the head. Did a phenomenal job.
Exactly. You see, when Dixie does good, I give her praises. When she does something bad, hey, I'll crib it at the same. But again, you know, let's just hope that, you know, Dixie's able to, you know, get new talent. We have to wait and see right now. But I do agree that, yeah, the main eventers now are the James Storm, the Samoa Joe, the Bobby Roodes, the Austin Aries of the world. And the future now for them is, again, they have the talent. They have it.
They do.
Bromance, Wolves, I guess the Menagerie, if you want to put them in there. James Storm, Sonata, Manic, which I wish was just TJ Perkins, because we know who the fuck he is already. Why have him under a mask is beyond me, but, you know, hey, I'm not booking for TNA, so I really can't, you know, say, if you will.
oh god.
But yeah, guys, go on, bro. Let me cut you off. Go on, bro.
No, I'm just saying, like, they do have some talent. Hopefully, you know, they can use more of these talents to their extent, you know. Unlimited possibilities, and sometimes guys are limited, you know, because the way they structure their booking, I don't know what goes on in TNA. Hopefully that improves.
The thing again, because I say this because, okay, Alcor just wrote this. Right? I think they should bring in young guys or new talent, but to never have former WWE guys would be insane. Cesaro's probably on his last leg with WWE. Why wouldn't TNA want to sign a talented guy that WWE's blinded to refresh his career? And likely they did with the hardcore American icon, just trolling. I know he's none of these things besides American. EC3 or Bram. They just need to limit the type of amount of WWE guys brought in. The problem with that is because to a lot of fans, TNA has made this stereotype to them that they're the company that brings in former WWE guys.
Right.
And Cesaro, whether you all like it or not, if he is to get released by WWE, he will be labeled a former WWE guy.
I mean, technically, you could probably say the same thing about what's his name,
Cassius Ono, Chris Hero.
No, yeah, not just him. Loki, technically.
Yeah, technically, yeah, Loki's technically as well, to an extent.
I mean, right. I mean, obviously, he's more known as the original, but yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, if you look back at 2000, I think 2010, literally over half their roster was former WWE guys.
Again, exactly. I'll give you an example. One of the DVDs that I have here from the Brown Bag Special from the TNA show that I went to with Walter here this past June. They had like a combo. I think it was Turning Point. I forgot the other one's name. But the main event of those two pay-per-views were Jeff Hardy and Matt Morgan for the world title.
Two former, yep.
Yeah, for the TNA world title. So again, if I'm TNA, I try to get away from that stereotype as best as I can. Yes, Cesaro is a great talent, but at the same time, he's still a former WWE guy. If it was up to me, if Cesaro were to go away from WWE, I would love to see him either in Ring of Honor or in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I think he would kill it in New Japan. I think he would kill it right now with New Japan.
I wouldn't be opposed to Cesaro going to TNA. My fear with that, they would put the strap on him way too quick. You know what I mean? I feel like that's one of the other common problems they have too.
That's definitely gonna happen. I mean, they're gonna do anything. I mean, with Cesaro, it's not like he was he was really he wasn't a guy that was getting pushed on WWE. It looked like he was. So that's why I won't have too much of a problem if he goes to TNA. It's not like he's a former world champ. So
just give me Cesaro versus Joe and Cesaro versus Aries. I'll be happy.
Just give me Cesaro versus Angle. I'll be happy.
Ooh,
that's a good one.
Yeah, you think about that, didn't you? That still work though.
Steven, how's the Impact taping? I don't know. I wasn't looking. You weren't looking.
Yeah. Them girls, yo. Them girls. Let's see here. These comments that we're getting here.
I'm actually trying to check it myself.
Let's see here. But yeah, I mean, speaking of New Japan, right? I'm sure you all knew the news that Matt Striker will be joining Jim Ross in the commentary for Wrestle Kingdom 9.
Very excited about that.
The thing was that they were originally trying to get Mike Tenay, but Mike Tenay still signed with TNA, and TNA was not going to let them do it.
What's he doing?
I think he's working behind. He's going to be part of one of the new shows, like a talk show thing, whatever, which is fine, whatever. Yeah. But I think you imagine the dynamic duo of Jim Ross and Mike Tenay calling New Japan Pro Wrestling. Wrestle Kingdom 9.
Yeah, that's going to be a good commentating team.
But now we're getting, Matt Striker and Jim Ross, which I'm all for as well, don't get me wrong.
You just prefer Tenay?
Not really. I think I prefer Striker. I feel like Striker's too smarky.
Oh, yeah, big time.
He's too much of a smark, dude.
I mean, hell, I think JR could do it by himself.
Yeah, he could.
It's possible.
And it's funny because if you go on the Global Force YouTube channel right now, right, if you're sub to it right now, they have Striker breaking down each match on the card. and he's telling the story of each guy competing and all that, and the story about each person, how long they've been a pro, where they've been at, and all that. And I'll say this for those of you who watch the UFC, MMA, you get what I'm saying here. Like just the way he was telling the story seemed that of Joe Rogan. If you watch the UFC, you understand where I'm coming from with that. I don't want to say that Matt Striker is the Joe Rogan of pro wrestling, but I'll tell you what, if you watch a Joe Rogan story of talking about MMA or a fight, whatever, and compare it to Strikers, when he's talking about these matches, you can see the resemblance a little bit.
Probably, I mean, it would be surprised if he emulated or copied the idea or the concept.
But I'm looking forward to this. You know, he talked about one of the fatal four-ways for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship match. He talked about, you know, it's gonna be the Time Splitters versus the Young Bucks versus Forever Hooligans versus the tag team champion right now, Red Dragon, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. So, and he talked about each one and all that. It's amazing the way he broke down each person. He talked about AJ Styles versus Naito. He just talked about this last match. Let me just find on the channel here. Let's just get here real quick. If I could just find it here, I'm sorry. He talked about fucking the open weight never championship. I think that's what it's called. Open weight championship, the never open weight champion. He talked about Tomohiro Ishii versus Toji Makabe coming up. He talked about Shinsuke Nakamura versus just find it here. I'm sorry. I'm terrible with these Japanese names. I apologize if I'm botching these names.
You're not supposed to be good at it.
Yeah, exactly. Talked about Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kota Ibushi for the Intercontinental title. That's just going to be an amazing match. If you haven't seen a Nakamura match, you're in for a treat.
Kota did a lot of stuff in Chikara, which he had a fantastic match with El Generico a couple of years ago. It's on YouTube. It's free. If you just go watch it, it's good stuff.
And the main event obviously is Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Okada. That's the main event for the world title. It's funny that people label Tanahashi as the Japanese John Cena.
Yeah. Does look like Okada's doing something.
Okada's fucking amazing. Dude's fucking amazing.
Yeah, he's pretty
good. Highlighted. Holy shit.
Yeah. But again, I can't wait for this show. Literally a week from today, a couple of days.
What is it, like 2 a.m. on the East Coast?
Yeah, 4 a.m. I think it is. 4 a.m., 2 a.m. I don't give a fuck. I'm watching. I don't give a fuck. I'm watching it.
Live on the East Coast?
I think so. I already requested my day off from work. I requested. Yeah, I need this Sunday off. I need this Sunday. January the 4th.
Oh, okay.
You work at 4 a.m. Sunday?
No, but I want to be up to an all-nighter to watch the show, and then knock out, and then whatever. Cause last thing I want to do is go to work all zombie mode, like.
Yeah, you just gotta sleep. Don't do that.
Fuck
you.
You hear the echo, man?
I hear it.
Fuck. Let me fix this again. I'll be back. Carry on me, alright? You hear it?
No, not anymore.
Oh, it's gone. Awesome, it's gone. Fuck, I was about to... Listen, if there's a way to fix these echo issues, it'll be amazing. But unfortunately, Hangouts, you can't.
It's called a mixer. Get a mixer.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Smartass.
You're welcome.
God, give me a fucking mixer.
I'm just here. They're here to help. They're actually, some of the basic ones are really cheap on Amazon.
Put that in the budget.
The budget.
He won't do it. He won't do it.
Yeah.
You'll never do that. But yeah, man, shit's going by quick already. What's the talk about? Oh, yeah, so I saw the interview the other day. The interview. I know you guys didn't watch it. So if you didn't watch it, spoiler alert. Fuck me. Whatever. Movie overall, it wasn't a bad movie. You think about it. You think of a bad movie. You look at Seth Rogen, right? If you've watched Pineapple Express, it had some of the similarities. That's all I'm gonna say with that. It had its funny moments, but overall, easy to sit through. Is it gonna win an Oscar? Fuck no.
Well,
But again, easy to sit through. And yeah, if North Korea got butt hurt, then I guess they got butt hurt, which caused them to hack Sony, whatever. So if you're someone out there with a PS3 or PS4 and you can't get the PSN network, holy shit!
oh yeah, dude, that shit was crazy. They hacked
Mad
the
people.
Xbox servers and the PSN servers. I'm like, what the?
And I heard they hacked the PSN servers. They hacked the
Yeah.
Xbox.
Xbox.
Oh, the
Both.
Xbox servers were down too.
Yep, both.
They were down. I don't know if that was the hackers doing that. I think there was a different type of hackers doing that. I think.
You ever see that video where the father cries and someone like auto tunes it like the Mwah! someone did a Vine that said when you get that new Xbox One or PS4 on Christmas Day, only to find out that both systems' online networks are hacked, and he goes Mwah! It's freaking funny.
Why?
I still love you.
Why? My leg. My leg. I feel like we've been going on forever now. People are like, go end this shit already. Well, I'm not gonna end this shit yet.
Pull the goddamn trigger.
For the love of God, I got a family to feed.
We-
Yeah, we can do this all night if we want to. Fuck.
Well, we're going on what, like 2 hours, right?
I think Hangouts only do the 8 hour thing. 8 hours now.
I'm not lasting 8 hours. There's no way.
I don't need to
If I'm going more than 8 hours, I need to call my doctor.
Yeah. I need fucking. I need a miracle. I need that and so much other shit. But that's around the point, folks.
I need a fourth row hand job.
I need a fourth row hand job at the fucking at the house with the TNA.
I'm still laughing. I'm still laughing over Chase Oliver's whole thing of cock fisting.
Cock fist.
Right.
Chase was supposed to be on today, but I don't know what happened to Chase. He was supposed to be on today.
I was dying that last time. Oh my god. He just went on and on.
I'll tell you what, guys. If you want to call in now, call in. We'll answer some questions. Here's a question from Killer O'Demon669. He writes here the following. If I can find his comment here. Thoughts on Triple H getting blasted by the main roster for his speech to them? Do you think the moral will hurt WWE in the long run? Most likely, yes.
Already.
Starting already. I think the people, from my understanding, people at NXT, they love Triple H. They love him. People at the main roster, though, is a whole other story.
Well, I mean,
what can I say, man? What can I say?
From what I hear, it's, you know, when this whole thing of when Revolution was done, or our Evolution, whatever the hell it's called, people were saying that a lot of people on the main roster were like, you know, we can be just as good. We're just not given enough time or creative, like, freedom.
I said this earlier. It's because, you know, Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn are the ones producing the show. And they have their own concept and shit.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Which sucks. Yeah, again.
You'd think you'd have plenty of time on a 3-hour show.
Yeah, of course you would. You'd assume that too. We'd assume that they would. But again,
then you have shit like Natalya beating Charlotte in 5 minutes. Not even.
Oh god, that's stupid.
Did we even talk about AJ Lee having heat?
Yeah, 2 months later.
Yeah, because of her promo, as she did on the Slammies, whatever.
She's fucking blacklisted for a while because of if for any other reason her association with Punk.
Yeah. Well, guys, again, if you want to call in now, call in. We'll answer a few questions. Hey, we ain't even playing oldie.
Call in right now.
But we'll play the classics. We'll play all the Christmas songs.
Oh, I think we're gonna play Cliff Ryman Gerard.
No more Christmas songs.
I never heard of him. Ryman who?
Exactly.
Never heard of him. So yeah, he will make it. He will make it. I'm sorry, but yeah, guys, as you can see, this is the new mic that I have, pop filter.
Sounds beautiful.
Thank you, appreciate it. I have to listen to it on a playback when I listen to it later. See how beautiful it came out. There's echoes, but I don't give a fuck.
Is it USB or?
Yeah, it's a USB mic. It's a USB. You're probably saying I should have got the other one, right?
No. It sounds really clear. Like it sounds like crystal clear. I wasn't sure because I was looking at your pictures from when you said you were getting it. I assumed it was a USB. I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, it's USB. But I wish I could just fix this echoes and shit. I have to get a mixer. How does it work? I'll have to find out.
Well, I mean, I'm still I'm no tech expert on the mixer or the audio part of it. I'm still playing around with it on my end 'cause there's so many fucking knobs on mine.
Yeah, you've been up already, Gwen. You're yawning like crazy. Any comments getting here?
Yeah,
Didn't see any comments. See any comments? Any comments here?
I think everyone's.
I think everyone's like, fuck.
Fuck this, yeah, yo. So let it be over.
If you fall asleep
yeah.
in this podcast, wait.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, 2014, guys, is almost ending here, and it's been fun. It's been a fun year for me. Had a lot of activity here. I had a son, 2 people, or 4, if you will. Someone got upset because a girl got upset because I called her a dude. I had a guy try to come up, try to make a name for himself of my expense, and I ethered him to shreds.
That video you made was just. Ugh.
Now you're in shit because I heard you. What else happened for me? Went to a lot of wrestling shows. Had a fun time, and now 2015 will be even better. I do promise you all that.
Oh yeah.
2015, this podcast is going to be hitting Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn Radio, iHeart. Also, one of our new homes coming up in 2015 is ShoutEngine.com. Link to is down below in the description box. Go check them out as well. And again, guys, we're making moves here. We're making moves. I know OKFabe also has his own podcast coming up as well.
Yes.
You want to elaborate a little more on that? Elaborate, let the people know.
Sure. I'm still in the process of getting everything all fixing together and whatnot, but I'm looking to fully launch the podcast probably in the first or second week of January. I'll primarily be on WordPress. So the best way to go is to go okfabeforever.wordpress.com, or just go to my YouTube channel at youtube.com/okfabeforever. I'll be posting the audio on both websites, but I'll also be on iTunes and various other places as well too. So I'll be.
I think the big places are iTunes, Stitcher. I do believe, right? Stitcher and iTunes are the 2 big spots for podcasting.
iTunes is a big hurdle for me first, so once I feel comfortable getting that all set, then I'll start going elsewhere. I'm looking to go to SoundCloud too. That's another big one.
Yeah, SoundCloud. I heard about that one too. SoundCloud also this shit too.
But the thing is, you have limitations, so I'm waiting for other things to kick in.
Cause we're gonna do pod, but I heard pod, and you can also do video.
Yeah.
But it was like they're charging so much money. Like fuck this. I'm not paying. I guess too much money. I'm not. Hell no.
Just taking it slow. Just having fun. I might have some guests. I actually, nothing's confirmed, but I have been talking to some independent pro wrestlers. One of whom we've already mentioned here on the show, which I told you about.
Oh yes. Oh.
Huh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No promises.
Quite possibly, thumbtacks to face.
Ooh.
I might get one of them. I don't think I'm gonna get both of them. I think I'm gonna get one of them.
You gotta do that. You gotta do the pose. You gotta do that pose though. If you get them on, like.
Oh, of course, yeah. Again, nothing set in stone. I have been talking to other wrestlers as well too to hopefully get them on. Again, nothing set in stone. That's my goal.
Awesome. And again, also we want to do as well get some sponsors too. Some sponsors, Audible, I guess as well.
Got Amazon is one of mine.
Amazon, Audible, Trial, whatever the fuck that shit's called. I think a big one would be for us would be ProWrestlingTees.com.
Oh yeah, our T-shirts.
Oh, I have a T-shirt store too.
Do you really?
Dead serious, yeah.
You gotta link me this. I gotta see this.
They're not. Now, before you rip my asshole a new one and say how shitty these T-shirts look, just know. just bear with me. It's okfabe.spreadshirt.com.
Oh, the spreadshirt. I thought it was on ProWrestlingTees.com. Pro Wrestling Tees. I had to say, buy me. You got a store already?
No, dude. You know there's a qualifications for that. I don't know if you knew that. You have to sell at least I think 20 units a month, like 20 shirts a month.
I did hear that.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
That's why I didn't go there yet.
We gotta get sponsors. It's like I was watching this movie of Gabriel Iglesias. I'm Not Fat, I'm Fluffy. Right? He talks about how Nickelodeon gave him this alarm chip for his car. It made so much things, right? It'll turn on the car, open the door, whatever, and crap like that. And he was with Paul Rodriguez at some show, whatever, and he was trying to outdo him, right, with the car, whatever, trying to open the door and all that. And Paul Rodriguez was like, all right, check this out. And Paul Rodriguez, he pressed the button, and the doors open, the truck open, the front hood open, the wheels started spinning, and you hear the Mexican sound and shit. He was like, HBO. And then Gabriel was like, I gotta get funnier. Shit like that. So I'm like, yep, we gotta get farted again.
That one I heard.
Oh, fuck yeah. Ooh, the beans coming in. Ooh.
I think you need a bigger pop filter.
Oh, well, it is what it is.
That's around the point.
That's around the point, folks. That's around the point. Hopefully, I get this. That's coming in soon. And also, I get this giant arm thing that just comes down instead of just having it hung on my drill.
Mine's coming in. Mine should be here this week. Where'd you get yours?
What, this mic and the stand?
Yeah.
Best Buy.
That's right. Yeah, you mentioned that earlier. I got everything off Amazon.
Oh, I could have done that. I should have done that too. But yeah, guys.
If you buy from Amazon, I'll give you my link.
We'll see that. That could be. But yeah, guys, it's going to be happening 2015, guys. Expect more of OK Fave coming in as well on this humble little podcast. And Chase Oliver as well, hopefully. But who knows what will happen with that. With that being said, guys, we hope you'll have a very good, happy new year. We hope that what you want to happen in 2015 becomes reality. You know, in the upcoming day, you're going to hear, yeah, yo, new year, new me, my resolution, this and that, and you don't even do it, but whatever. All right.
My resolution's to have a fucking resolution.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, guys, thank you once again. It's been a blast, 2014. If you're going to party, drive safe.
Drive safe.
Don't drive. Don't drink and drive.
Oh, my God. Who does that?
Don't be silly, wrap your willy. Right? Don't. What else is there? What other slogans are there for condoms? I forgot. But whatever. Have fun, guys.
Just
That's all I'm trying to say.
The name of the game.
It will be attending the TNA show in January. So if you're going to the show, let us know.
The 8th, right?
And what happened?
Going on the 8th, right?
Yeah, on January the 8th we're going. I want to give a big thanks to the good people at PW Hustle. All right, for calling in. Andre Corbeau for calling in as well. It's a great show this week. We thank you all again as always. Thank you for tuning in here on the comment section of the live stream, or if not during the playback. I know I'm making this long as shit. I know. You can follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. You can subscribe to the podcast channel. Oh, fuck. Yeah, here, obviously. Yeah, subscribe to the podcast channel here. We go live every Friday at 11:30. All right? Tell your friends about us. Tell your friends, your neighbors, whatever. Check out our affiliates at TRN, the Talking Wrestling Network. Yeah. Gotta cover my ass. You can follow the podcast channel on Twitter at TEAMHEEL Podcast. Check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/GutCheckPodcast. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/HeelSteven. And follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven.
That was awesome. You can follow me on Twitter at Walter and subscribe to youtube.com/knowledge@wrestling.
Mr. Connor, it's your turn, bro.
Oh, keep mine short and sweet. Subscribe to me over on YouTube at youtube.com/okfabe4ever, and just follow me at Twitter at okfabe, and keep your eyes and ears peeled for the new OKFabe's Random Wrestling Podcast. Just follow me on those accounts, and you'll be all set to go.
Indeed, we will be. Thank you once again. Happy New Year. And the best way to end this, to quote our good friend, the PW Outsider.
Oh my God.
In life, when you're down in the dumps, remember, masturbation is key. Happy New Year. We'll see you all back in 2015. Peace, easies. Deuces.
Peace.